Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mutiny. Today we are currently joined by Rachel, Jason, and Lunar, as well as myself, Jackson. And today we're going to be talking about the process of transitioning from one campaign to another. As you all know, the Jewel of the Indigo Isle campaign had recently finished, and we're getting ready to continue or start up the Sky King's Tomb adventure. I'm not sure when this is releasing in relation to the first episode of Sky King's Tomb, but one of the big hurdles, or not necessarily hurdles, but one of the most interesting aspects of going from Jewel of the Indigo Isles to Sky King's Tomb is going from a level 10 powerhouse all the way down to a level, I believe it's 3, kind of aspiring hero, especially since all of us took vastly different classes than what we did in Jewel of the Indigo Isles. So right now I wanted to just kind of talk to everybody and see how they're feeling about the changes and what sort of challenges that they've come into with coming up with character concepts for a completely brand new campaign and how that fits in with past experiences with past campaigns. So let's see. We also decided that I was going to be hosting this like 5 minutes before we started, so
you're fine.
Flying off the seat of my pants here.
Hey, folks.
I think it's generous.
So,
hi, I'm Jason.
Hi, Jason.
So yeah, we are 3 episodes deep into Sky King's Tomb. So
Okay.
the players did have a few episodes, and to be quite honest, we could have started at level 1, but I didn't particularly think that chapter 1 of Sky King's Tomb would make for good radio. So
when you have free archetypes, like those are coming, it's really hard to start at level 1 as well, because that is like part of your character is what is their archetype going to be at level 2. So then,
yeah,
I'm glad we didn't start at level 1.
It kind of reminds me of the old D&D 5e thing that I used to do, where every campaign or everything that I wanted to do with 5e, I had everybody start at level 3, because that way the most major decisions of the characters, being what subclass you're going to pick and what feats you're going to have in mind, are already decided at that point.
Jackson just hit his microphone.
Apologies.
I got scared.
I move my heads when I talk, and sometimes that does not work to my benefit.
Jason, you tend to plan your whole character out ahead of time, right? Like your whole chain of feats, generally?
Yeah, for the most part. So generally when I go into a campaign, and I can talk about it with a game that I'm currently in. So I was off when we canceled our private Gatewalkers game due to people work schedules and stuff and whatnot. I was invited to join an in-process Gatewalkers game. They had just started book 3, and so I got to play that. And I came into it with a concept of a sexy sorcerer, because I've never played the charismatic, sexy type of character before.
Sure.
Yeah, so like the super charismatic and sexy sorcerer character. So I came into it with a certain idea that I wanted, and then when we transitioned to the proper adventure that I wanted to join, which was Curtain Call, then I was able to take the character concept that I had previously and kind of just mold it a little bit into what I wanted it. So I gave him the archetype of Dandy, which in 2nd edition Pathfinder is kind of a socialite, gossip, like a rumor monger, gossip queen, socialite, knows all like the proper etiquette for social situations. So yeah, so it was easy to transition that character over. But yeah, I did have the base idea planned out, but I tweak feats here and there as they come.
Well, there's always new content, so.
Exactly. There's always new content, and things happen in the story that, for example, like I went in planning certain spells, but then our bard also took those spells. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to swap those spells out, the ones that I had planned to take at this level, because it's already covered by the bard. So,
Right.
But yeah, for the most part, I do kind of have my character concept and the progress planned out, like penciled in. We'll say penciled in.
That's
To kind of piggyback off of that, how frequently do you reuse characters? Like, let's say you have character in campaign A, that character dies, but you did all this planning, so when campaign B rolls around, you re-roll the same character. How often do you do that, if at all?
So for me, I am not super tied to my characters. You take a look at my path builder, I have like 70 character concepts built. So it's not me personally, I'm not too.
As someone who is GM'd for Jason, I think it's every week or two, every session or two, that he's got some cool new concept. Which isn't to say you get around to using them all, but you always have some awesome ideas, and you're helping other players with building out their characters too. If an unfortunate death happens that can't be avoided.
Well,
But
I mean, when
it's unfortunate and not my fault at all. So
when ghoul fever strikes and you can't roll a
Right.
save to
yeah,
literally save your life.
it happens.
No, I know I'm the complete opposite to Lunar,
What?
where you are really, you glom onto a character and you don't want, and it's a big deal. Like if that character dies.
Yeah, I get attached to my characters a little bit. I mean, it's not always, though. For some characters, I'm like, yeah, I want this character to kick a bucket. But if I want them to kick the bucket, they never die. I've just noticed that. Like, originally, when we were doing the first campaign, I had in the back of my head, I was like, okay, so if Timothy dies, like, you know, I won't be 100% broken up over it. And this was pretty early on, meaning, like, I was thinking, oh yeah, I could be able to make a new character and stuff like that. And the motherfucker didn't die at all. And I kept expecting it. I was like, all right, shoe's gonna drop. When is his luck gonna run out? When's he gonna die? At one point in time, when he had the Jewel of the Indigo Isles, I was like, all right, opportune time for him to beef it. When's it gonna happen? Never
He
did.
was all cursed.
Exactly, like when he had the jewel itself. And I was like, it was to be perfect time, just like, but it just didn't happen. No, I mean, like, what is it? Go ahead.
Do you reuse character ideas when you join like new tables?
Do. So for certain ideas, because I come up with a lot of characters just in general in my own off time, I will find that I'm like, oh, this is a character I've created and I want to do something with. So for like some like TTRPGs that I've been a part of, the very first one that I was with Jackson and stuff like that, before this, one of my first like original characters I made, Irene, she was put into that campaign. And that was a lot of fun. Timothy, I actually had in Jackson's campaign before this, that we were playing with some buddies. And then when Jason approached me, I was like, can I just use my 5th edition character? Because I'm not using him right now. And I really, really like him. And he's silly and quirky. And I think that'd be fun. So yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's a great question to ask. Taking a character concept from one campaign to another when it's a completely different system.
Like in the process of how that felt like, or?
Yeah. So for you, transitioning Timothy from 5th edition to Pathfinder 2nd edition, like how was that?
Honestly, pretty easy, because there's such like a variety of things that Timothy could fit in at least pretty well, perfectly. And with how I make my characters, I never think about the class that they are first and foremost. When I create my character, I always think about their story and what I want to tell with them, because that is always my big thing. Like Timothy, for example, I wanted to play basically like an idiot man that had a lot more going on to him. I wanted to play a complex character that was a joke character at the very beginning. That kind of idea. I like playing characters that are more than what people see at first glance. I think that's always fun. And so in turn, you can find, I guess, like transferring over between the two systems, it's really easy to, for me anyways, to find something that can work with it, or at least to work with that character. Like the class that we had chosen originally for Timothy. I don't remember what the original class was.
It was a thaumaturge.
Thaumaturge. Because that felt right. But then as you were bringing up, like, hey, there's this new class. And I was like, that one feels more right. I want to figure out how I can fix that in. And that was good.
Yeah, because Animist was in playtest at that point.
Yeah.
So we did end up transitioning Animist from playtest to release. So
yes.
It didn't impact Timothy all that much.
It really didn't, but at the same time, it felt like, for me, it added a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animus is a pretty complex class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you going from one complex class to another with Investigator.
Yeah. Although I don't have like a million spells I have to keep track of and stuff, too. I just go in, I do an investigate, I leave. I do my
actions in combat are pretty rinse and repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good old bread and butter of devise a stratagem and then getting your recall knowledge check off. And,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this devise a stratagem is like terrible roll, so I will just.
I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea for me in particular. Someone who has had dog shit luck with my dice rolls.
Well, it's good though. Then you don't have to use it.
Yeah, it's like, I kind of view it in the same vein as like a divination wizard in D&D, because you get the portent where you roll the 2d20 at the beginning of the day, and you can just say it's like, nah, I don't want that. I'm just going to use this nat 20 I rolled earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. It's just like, if you use it, awesome, because you get to add intelligence. But if you don't, you can just do your straight up regular dex check.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So I am kind of curious as well. Rachel, what is the process that you normally go through whenever you are coming up with and planning out a new character?
I will say most of the time if I'm making a new character, my first objective is what role does the party need? Because typically people I'm playing with will either have their favorite roles, have their characters already, or be newer to the system. Like I played with my kids and I'm like, well, I'm going to be the healer because I don't want you guys to die at Gen Con last year. So that's normally my first go-to, but then it's really a back and forth where I'll start looking at classes and start looking at feats and then think about what the story would be like if they had those feats. Like, why would they have this feat, or why would they be this class? And then that starts to form the backstory, which then will come back and I'll be like, well, that feat doesn't fit that and I need a new feat. And usually I go through several iterations until something finally clicks where the feats and the story that have been forming in parallel actually mesh and feel like a real person. So I go back and forth. It's rarely a straight line unless it's, a throwaway game. Then it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I feel like I've asked you this before, Jackson, but I don't remember your process.
I go a very similar direction that you do. I try and figure out class first, and then once I figure out class, then I figure out an ancestry that I think just aesthetically fits that class or has like some sort of feat that I really like. And then from there, I take the class, I take the ancestry, put them together, and then from what comes out, I try and discover a backstory for that particular character. Sometimes it works a little bit out of order, like with Kabosh Iron Knuckle for the Sky Kings campaign. I kind of had the idea initially of like a Grunkle Stan-like character, and then I also had experience with short game that I GM'd for friends where someone used a Ruffian Racket Rogue. And I'm like, a Grunkle Stan archetype and a Ruffian Racket Rogue is a match made in heaven. How can I do that? And then Kabosh, it was the product.
Sure. This mechanic looks cool. That's how Silk came. I wanted to do the card stance because I'd looked at it a few times in various processes for other characters. So I wanted that feat, despite the fact that it is not a good damage deal. I mean, it's 1d4 weapon forever now, but
But your
Not to
damage
it.
as a rogue comes from your precision, so
That's
much the
true.
weapons.
That's true. That's how I convinced myself. I thought about at later levels that it would actually make sense as Syl was learning about why they were drawn to cards, that maybe they wouldn't want to use them anymore. But so that was a potential excuse to use a better weapon. But a D4 versus a D6 on average is not that big of a difference. So
Like a 2 versus a 3.5, I think.
yeah.
So let me ask you this. When you transition from one campaign to another, keeping the same GM. So with me being the same GM, does that impact your choices when it comes to characters at all?
Hell no. I like giving you problems on purpose. Are you kidding me?
But would you not give those same problems to a GM you didn't know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I would. I
You would.
genuinely, because whenever I'm going into any game, I'm like, I know most of the people who are going to be my GMs, and I'll go forward, like, very beginning. Like, I'm at first talks, I'm like, hey, I have a character idea. Help me make this come into reality. Or what am I not allowed to do? That's most of the time I actually ask DMs. I'm like, what are you not cool with? And then whatever, they're like, oh yeah, you're fine with that. And then they're like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be that. I'm like, too late. That's my character. You messed up.
It's mine now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I only would not have picked Amnesia for any GM. I did that knowing that Jason likes to incorporate characters into the world at large, and that gave the right balance of freedom for it to be my character, but also like fully interwoven into Jason's world, and I would not have trusted another GM. Normally I'm very possessive of my characters, and I don't like the GMs to have control over them, so that was scary. But I've been playing with Jason for years, so
Yeah, I normally haven't really played games with the same GM over and over again. I typically am the forever GM. So many people like Lunar's played several games that I have run, but I think if the big thing that I know whenever I am in a situation where I'm doing another game with a GM that I've worked with before, I kind of have an idea of how their own little quirks with how they run games work. Like, a lot of this is the adventure path, but I noticed that Jason is very combat focused and very mechanics focused. So I take that a lot more into how I build my character. I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that my character is very mechanically sound, and that way I know exactly what I'm doing is going to happen the way that it's written, just because I know that that's going to come up if we need to do something. Whereas in a game that Lunar would run, who is a lot less rules focused, I tend to try and make more decisions that are a lot more character oriented and story motivated, as opposed to like, okay, how do I roll the biggest number possible?
I have, with my own game, doesn't matter what system, whatever it is, I always do the rule of cool. I don't care how it will work, like mechanically and things like that. You have an idea, I want to make it happen.
Now, granted, there is a point where that falls apart, but
yeah,
No, that's
I've
absolutely
played
true.
with players that is.
Yeah, there are certain players where I'm just like, that cannot happen. I am sorry. But most of the time, I mean, like, what is it? In the Monster of the Week campaign, I have multiple instances of people pulling the rule of cool or things like that. The same party that Jackson's with, they killed one of my monsters that was a water-based monster by shooting a car battery in it with a shotgun. So, I mean, it was metal as hell. And I thought it was a really smart idea because they had everything set up for it. And I'm like, I'm not going to take away from that. By all means, make that happen. Tell me how it works and hope your dice are good.
Yeah, I've been in campaigns like that. It can be super fun.
Yeah. And to Jackson's point, I think the system itself being more of a combat simulation than something like Powered by the Apocalypse game, which is less combat simulation and more
story
narrative. In what's the point I'm trying to get at? Yeah, to that, like that's kind of why I think the AP itself tends to be a bit more mechanics forward, but not to the point where we are just playing combats over and over and over again, because I have plans.
I probably contribute to a lot of those plans because I give my DMs a lot of fuel
No, I got
all
plans.
of my characters.
Like in this one in particular, so by the time this one comes out, I think 3 episodes will have dropped. I wanted it to be that we are just thrown right into the mix right away.
Okay.
Like, I want the party to go right into the mix, go right into that boiler right away, and then we'll start peeling back the layers once we've seen them in peril.
Forge bonds too, right?
See them in peril, yeah.
The characters don't know each other.
With disease mechanics. Oh boy.
Yay!
Yeah.
Everyone loves disease.
That's not at all what we talked about at the top of the episode with Rachel killing somebody with ghoul fever.
That was mentioned. Isn't the penalty for something we have right now death? Oh boy.
The same. Yeah.
Wonder how much of our cast is going to be the same by the time we
I
get
don't
to
have a
episode
backup
5.
ready yet.
I can make a backup. I have an idea for a backup.
Are we
I
doing your
almost
isekai character
never
as a
write-
backup
So
again?
I actually thought my isekai character as the backup would be so funny, because she'd be like, "All right, here I am. I'm ready to go help the Jewel of the Indigo Isles. What the fuck is happening?"
I do have a backup if Lunar's character also dies.
Okay.
The concept was too close in theory that I didn't want to do it. But
Wait, what was your concept? I'm so curious.
we have to both die to find out. Also, in 2 months, I'll have a new idea, so it
That's
will never
true.
come to me.
I don't have a backup because Kibosh won't die.
Don't pull at me.
I know, I'm gonna die by episode 10 now because I said that.
Yeah.
A minute ago, I changed my backup as the story went because we kept moving to different locations, and it's like, well, I can't do that backup now that we're off the Shadow Evil Island because we wouldn't run into a Shadow Evil creature, or we're not on the ocean anymore. I'm not going to make a Chichori. So I had, I think, 3 different potential backups for Syl, which I had
You're
to
now
make.
in a desert.
You're now in
Yeah.
a desert. Yeah, have fun.
Have
Chichori.
fun being a Chichori in the desert.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly. So, yeah, because Valmo died between episodes, like in one night of recording, and we had to just figure something out. So it became a higher priority than it would be outside of a podcast to have a backup.
Yeah, that was Corey's dungeon. And came back as a ghost.
Ghost.
Just to wrap up the final dungeon.
So now that I'm
He didn't want to
thinking-
introduce a brand new character. So
That's so fair. Now that I'm thinking about it right now, I'm like, I do have just a bunch of extra, like, little characters that I have in the back of my brain that'd be so funny to add into this campaign.
That is the nice thing about being only level 3. It's a lot faster to make a backup character. At level 10, it's a lot to try to think about how they would work mechanically with all of those feats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple backups cooking in actuality. I joke that Kibosh isn't going to die, but I've had this idea for like an Orc Magus for a while. I've also been like really thinking about the Kineticist class.
you want to be Aang?
A little bit, you know.
That would be
little
tough.
Avatar action never hurt nobody.
Just all the avatars, man. I don't know. That sounds fun. I don't think... Jackson, have you told Jason about the fact that our group, once we finish my game, are going to turn a Pathfinder game into a luchador-themed adventure?
I have
Oh, that's
not-
amazing.
Yeah. So when our group of friends is done with Lunar's Monster of the Week campaign, we're just straight up going into like a full-on luchador theme. Like we've got a paladin so far, or a champion. We also have someone that wants to be a monk. I believe, Lunar, your character was going to be like a cleric because you were the
Yes.
nurse.
So, no, what I was going to be is I was going to be a nun that was going to be 110% a reference from, like, Nacho Libre, the nun from that movie.
Nice.
Okay. I thought we were going Trigun here, but okay.
No, it was gonna be Nacho Libre. It is so heavily themed on wrestling and luchador stuff, and it makes me so happy.
There is an adventure path called Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, which is just a giant martial arts tournament.
That's
Jackson,
awesome.
you found it.
It's 11 to 20, and it's a martial arts tournament. 11 to 20.
11 to 20? Oh, boy. I'm not introducing these characters at level 11. These are first-time players, except for Lunar.
Okay, yeah.
Not meant to it. Fuck it.
I just made my parents do that. I transferred the Giants modules from D&D First Ed to Pathfinder, and it's not 11, it's like 9, but
No.
you're fighting giants. You can't start at level 1. So I said, here's
Yeah.
a new system. Have fun. I'll build your characters for you, and then you better figure it out. But, I mean, they're both long-time
Fist
role
of the Ruby
players,
Phoenix
but-
is totally DBZ-styled universal tournament.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. What the fuck?
Maybe that's where Vesuviac retired.
There was an idea that I had rattling my brain of like, if Sprocket dies, I'm like, what if I just played Timothy again, but he doesn't have any memory of who he was?
Timothy with amnesia?
Yeah, Timothy with amnesia. Because that'd be so fucked.
Amnesia is such a fun trope. I've been playing with an amnesiac character in the old school RuneScape Pathfinder game I run privately, and it's so much fun because all of her character reveals are also character reveals to the party. She doesn't know anything about what's going on, and I have everything fully planned out. I enjoy sitting in the position where I know everything that's happening while slowly feeding those crumbs to try and get people to figure it out too.
It's so much fun.
For Timothy, too, that you could be one of the spirits could have more control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally thinking, I'm like, I could just have the Dark Star fucking Jaeger piloting Timothy the entire time. That would suck, but man, that would be funny.
So I am curious, with the first combat that we did in Sky King's Tomb, how did you all feel going from the giant climactic fight on the back of the shivering behemoth to fighting, like, what was it, mushroom creatures?
It was Flaming Skulls.
That's right,
Yeah,
flaming
we fought those
skulls.
before that, yeah.
Yeah, the Flaming
Terrified
Skulls.
for my life, in both aspects, both terrifying still.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I always have that moment of adjustment where I have to remember it's like, okay, they rolled a 15. That is a high roll, not a low roll now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, wow, everything keeps hitting us. Why is that? All right,
My armor class.
we're squishy.
Losing
I
10
forgot.
hit
Oh,
points
my
is suddenly a huge
PC.
thing instead of no big deal.
Yeah. Timothy's worth of hit points is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
I also don't know why, but when you said Flaming Skulls, you reminded me of a comic. I'm posting it into the planning chat. You reminded me of this comic with a flaming skull as the president. There's a tantrum hole, and it makes me laugh every time.
Is it wearing a birthday hat?
Yeah, it is. The wretched basket holiday is banned. You just can't ban Easter, Mr. President, sir. Why the fuck not?
It's unconstitutional.
You're unconstitutional. Fuck you. Fuck the founding fathers. And he just goes into a tantrum hole. It's so funny.
Oh, wow.
That's what that is the first thought I had when I saw flaming skeleton skulls. The next one was the flaming skulls from Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, the bubbles.
Yeah.
I love Wind Waker.
Wind Waker's so
Wind
good.
Waker's such a good game. I'm so happy that the Wind Waker HD randomizer is finished and out and is able to be played. That's so much fun.
Yeah, my kid just got into Breath of the Wild, so he's playing through that.
Ooh. He's gonna have a good time. It's a fun game.
I just finished for the second time Clear Obscure Expedition 33. And
And you got the bad ending.
I need a palate cleanser because I've just fully immersed myself in that sad game for 2 weeks, and I need a breather.
We'll play Peak, baby. We gotta play Peak.
I played through the new Life is Strange that came out last October.
How is it?
It's good. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. And then I played Don't Nod's other game that came out like a couple months later called Lost Records. That one was really good.
I've heard good things about that one in particular.
Yeah, that one was really good. It takes place in 1995. So you're playing like characters in 2025, but you're flashing back to 1995 throughout the game, which is really good. Holy cow, that one is a heart-wrencher of a game. Well, it's Don't Nod. I mean,
yeah.
If you played any Life is Strange games, you know they will rip out your heart and stomp on it. And now I'm playing Until Dawn.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, have fun. I love that game. I unironically love that game.
It is so there's so much cheese to it.
It's so good for that reason, though. I love a lot of the characters in that game. One of my favorites actually is Sam.
Okay. I like Sam.
She is the main girl. Or at least like
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, exactly. She does an amazing job. That entire cast does a fantastic job with that game.
I really don't like Emily, but I think that's
it's okay. So does everybody else. They fucking hate her.
Yeah, she's a total bitch. And I love the flirty dynamic between Matt and Jess. Or is it Mike and Jess?
It's Mike and Jess.
Yeah.
Football boy and
yeah, the class
Diva
president
girl.
and the I'm assuming she's a cheerleader because that's kind of
I think she is actually.
But that's the
trope, basically.
The trope that she's playing. Yeah. Anyway, and are you still into Cookie Run?
I've been playing
Run
Cookie
Kingdom?
Run. Yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom. I've been playing a bit of it, though. Really, the big thing right now that I've been doing, and people have been seeing in our Discord server, which, hey, you should join. I have been doing a lot of things for a little art event that is currently going on called Art Fight, where I get to draw. It's like basically a giant art gifting game, and people are on two separate teams, and the team with the most points at the end wins. So it's
nice.
It's fun, and you're also drawing people's original characters and getting able to experiment with a bunch of things. It's so much fun.
How long does it last?
Has seen it. It started July 1st at like 12 p.m. Mountain Time, and then it ends July 31st, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. So it's an entire month.
Nice. That's awesome. I was thinking it was much shorter than that when you
Nope.
first described it. That's awesome.
Whole month, meaning I get to keep turning out art, and I'm so excited.
It's been super exciting watching it too, because like I've seen your giant list of OCs, and it's genuinely intimidating because you've got Timothy Bono on there, you've got Sprocket on there.
Art, you guys! I didn't show you. Timothy got some really cool art. Oh my god! How did I not tell you guys about this? Someone drew my boy failure so well. Here.
You're a himbo with a heart of gold.
Yeah, exactly. My beautiful, beautiful dumbass. Where the fuck? Hold on. No, I've lost the server. I have lost our server. I have found our server. No, look at this art. I just posted it in planning.
Oh, I love that.
I am so happy with how it came out. It looks so cool.
It's awesome.
I love that.
Dark Star Bind.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The Dark Star
I
has
like
been
that
like
expression.
basically, yeah, like Dark Star is always going to be a part of Timothy at this point.
Yeah, you also have a couple other your D&D characters, or not necessarily D&D characters, but characters you've used in D&D, being Vexa and Irene.
Both Sprocket and her creator are actually up on my art fight as well too.
Yeah.
Both of them have not been drawn yet, but trust me, I feel it coming with Sprocket especially.
Then I've also watched you, like, the week leading up to Art Fight, just suddenly come out with, like, 4 or 5 different new OC designs. How do you do that? What is your process? How can you
Pick a god and pray. No, in all honesty, when it comes to creating characters, and this applies to TTRPGs as well too, I if I'm really, really struggling to come up with an idea, I will like think about my own current roster I have of characters. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, especially for Sprocket as an example, I'm like, all right, I don't have a lot of robotic kind of like characters and stuff like that. What other archetype am I missing in terms of that? And once I kind of figure out what I'm missing from that, I will actually do 2 extra things. I will make a pin board for them on Pinterest and try to find things that kind of would relate to the vibe and that will kind of help shape what I think would be them. And then I'll also build a Spotify playlist at the same exact time, or a music playlist for them. So with all of those together, like that mesh of ideas, it will turn into something. For some of the characters I made for Art Fight in particular, I made a bunch of Splatoon OCs that are in a screamo pop band because I thought it was a fun idea.
Nice.
But I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I don't have any Splatoon characters, but I want them to be different than what everybody else would make. How do I make them different? And then I was thinking of other sea animals, and so I came up with a axolotl, a jellyfish, an urchin, and a sea bunny. And those are the characters I came up with them. I will probably share their designs in here somewhere. I might have already.
There's an axolotl ancestry now because of Battle Zoo.
Ooh.
Well, I might end up playing an axolotl in this game because I've got a shit bird that I would love to bring into this game.
The big thing about this game is how important dark vision is. Like, when I was thinking of characters, they're like, I could do this, but that ancestry doesn't have dark vision. And even though you can get dark vision, it takes a whole feat for a lot of ancestries. And
I'm just going to get dark vision contacts, man.
Okay. Wait a couple levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dark vision goggles. We're in a city of dwarves. I'm sure someone crafted it somewhere.
There has to be. There's got to be a bunch
of
of humans that don't even have dark vision there.
There's like feats for imprecise sense too.
Yeah.
Right? So you could play a essentially blind character or an actually blind character and rely on other senses, which is really cool that they have that mechanically.
Yeah. The fact that they legitimately pointed it out in the player's guide that if you don't have dark vision, you're going to struggle.
Right.
There's a whole section on dark vision.
Yeah, the player's guide has been very interesting. This is actually the first campaign I've ever done where there's been a player's guide handout at the start to like guide character creation decisions.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because mainly what I play is homebrew. So
Sure.
all the official campaigns, the GM that I've had has just been like, don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
God. Jackson, now the idea of potentially bringing in Irene or Vexa as my backup character for this.
That'd be cool. I think Irene would fit.
For Sprocket?
As if Sprocket beefed it.
Okay.
Irene has somehow found her way into every campaign that I have ever been a part of.
Jewel.
Either as an NPC or as my PC. It's just somehow, and I'm always happy to play her.
So you're saying
She's
Irene
Gus.
is your Gus.
Irene is my Gus. Irene is my time traveling Gus, and she just whatever universe I hyperfixate on, she'll be there somewhere.
Now, I'm assuming though with Irene, given that she has the metal prosthetic arm, are you gonna make her an inventor if you decide to bring her to
Absolutely.
Pathfinder?
Well,
Why would I not?
Because Gunslinger also exists.
There is legitimately an archetype called the Sterling Dynamo, which is all about having a prosthetic limb.
Yeah, that fits Irene perfectly.
Yes, called the Sterling Dynamo.
Just make Full Metal Alchemist. That's me.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, a Sterling Dynamo Alchemist.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
that's
need
great.
to watch that anime.
You haven't watched? Shut the fuck up. All right, that makes sense.
I've seen a bit of it. I will say I've seen, I think, Brotherhood, and I've seen past the weird dog scene that everybody hates. I've at least seen that far into it.
Oh, speaking of anime, K-pop Demon Hunters is amazing.
Oh, we need to watch it. No, we
All
don't
the
have
kids
Netflix.
got
We gotta
obsessed
find a
with
way to
that.
watch it.
Dog, I have not watched it, but I am obsessed with the entire soundtrack. I have been listening to Your Idol non-stop, and I know the context behind that song too when it plays, and I'm just like, yeah, we'd be fucked.
I'm surprised you haven't drawn those characters yet.
Because I am so busy with
Yeah,
other
that's true.
people's
That's true.
characters. But they're on my list. Once I watch this movie, once I sit down and actually watch it, they're on my list.
Come August, they are not safe.
Yeah.
The kids
Yeah, it's
forced
so
us
good.
to watch that on vacation 3 times.
Wow.
Who
Yeah.
did?
My kids and my sister's kids. We were on vacation, so every time that, they'd come in from the pool and they just need to zone out for a while, K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, again? Oh, okay. So that was our background for days. Then we got home and they made their dad watch it, so yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's a
The new
gorgeous
favorite.
movie.
Yeah, my younger child, that is like their favorite type of music too. They listen to Amelie a lot.
Yeah, I know Amelie is.
I don't know names of things, so but yes, they've got a poster on their wall, so yes, right up their alley.
That's awesome.
It's total K-pop fandom.
Mm-hmm. Rad.
Nice.
I'm gonna jump back like 10 steps because I had a question for Jason when you said you're playing a charismatic character for the first time. It made me think of the fact that your table, like you must be playing with people you already know.
Oh
for
yeah,
this new
absolutely.
character. I can't imagine going charismatic at a table with people I don't know, despite that I did it with Sil kind of in a weird way.
I mean, I did it with Timothy, and I didn't know most of you guys.
I can see you doing it. I can see
does
lots
that
of people
mean?
being comfortable doing it.
What do you mean? What does it mean? No, I was so nervous.
Yeah. So the extrovert introvert stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's easier for me to play an extrovert in TTRPGs, and especially just like. But yeah, to answer your question, I am playing with 2 friends of the show. Ellie she's running it,
Okay.
and Corey, our friend of the show, the voice of Besmara, she is also in that game. So yeah, there were people I knew in that game, but
Right.
there were 3 other people that I hadn't played with before. So yeah, my inspiration is Captain Jack Harkness from Doctor Who.
Hell yes.
Just
What a pull. What a pull. I love Captain Jack.
yeah, Captain Jack. Well, the character will sleep with anybody and anything.
Yes.
And that's
Very
Davian.
much.
That's my sorcerer Davian.
We don't have one of those in our current party, do we?
We
No,
sure don't.
but Corey still needs to join. So who knows? But I don't think Corey. I don't know. I've never.
Corey's
I
gonna be
couldn't-
the party fuck boy.
Yeah.
Listen, if I have to, I'll slip back into that role. It's easy. I can do it.
Hey,
Going to
hey,
explore
That was Sprocket.
sexuality. Oh,
we
yes.
don't know a lot of Brinnick's backstory. So
No
Max
way,
is
Any of
you're
our
right.
characters could become that person.
I want to find out Brittick's flirting game. I want to see how it goes.
I want to see that so bad, actually, now.
with Mags's Russian accent.
Oh, my God.
So good. Love it.
Yeah, so this is something that happens to me, and it's happened to Rachel in the last game. So we're 2 for 2 right here in this conversation. When you play your character, do you go in with an idea of how you're going to play your character, or do you just let that happen organically, or both?
Kind of do little column A, little column B. Like, I have a
Yeah,
general
same.
idea of how I want my character to progress, but if there's a need that arises in the campaign that kind of desperately needs to be filled, then I'm flexible enough to pivot and go that direction instead of continuing with my normal plan.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
kind of what happened
Sil
to
was-
Vesuviac, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Vesuviac too.
Yeah, because Vesuviac, I started off as a war cleric. Like, I wanted to be a frontline fighter and do a lot of that, but by the end of the campaign, I was backlines, constantly healing. Like, my sword maybe got used like 10 times throughout the entire third book.
Yeah, we scrapped your sword by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Syl was not going in as the party mom character,
No, so was
but
not
eventually became the party mom character.
And part of that is the introvert extrovert, because I had high aspirations for myself, having played with Sarah and Cynthia, that I could be more relaxed and play an outgoing character. No. Because I didn't know Corey and Johnny, and I need to know people for at least a year before I'm willing to talk to them fluently. So,
Sorry, Mags.
sorry, Megs. But he is a minority now, so hopefully it will balance out.
Yeah.
But this character's already refusing to be what I thought they would be, so we'll see.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I did not anticipate that they would be.
We're
quite
only
as
3 sessions
apologetic.
in.
I know, it happens fast.
I'm so curious about what your original vision of the character was now.
Well, they might still change, so I don't want to box them in.
We'll save it for a later mutiny.
Yeah.
Maybe once we wrap up book 1.
Okay, there we go.
What about you, Lunar? Do you just kind of have a vague idea of how the character... Because you come up with a character concept in your head first, and then build a character around said concept. So does it ever happen where you join a game or join a party, and all of a sudden, like, the idea that you had just kind of goes out the window because you're just doing this, like, yes-anding?
I mean, yeah, Timothy. When I originally brought him in, I didn't expect him to go the way he did. I mean, yeah, I yes and, because that's what I always do with any game, no matter what, is I just yes and to hell and back. But, yeah, I mean, like, I guess, like, for me personally, I have an idea, obviously, character creation, what the backstory is going to even be for my character, that kind of big thing, because that's big to me. But, like, when it comes to the interactions within the party and stuff like that, that's always as time goes on and learning as we play. Now, granted, I'm also a sucker for if people like to do, like, oh, hey, our characters know each other kind of stuff. Well, how do they know each other kind of things? I always love doing that kind of stuff. I think, what was it? For Jackson and myself, before we had started the game, we were thinking that Sprocket and your character, Jackson, hadn't known each other for a little bit because Sprocket worked with you, I think, on something, or at least was trying to help solve a case that you were involved in.
Yeah.
But I don't think we ever actually fully, like, fleshed that out.
No, we didn't really.
I threw you guys right into the fire right away.
Right, but this is, like, before actually even.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, this is, like, the before connections kind of thing.
This all being said, though, I have had the desire of, like, playing a sibling character where the other sibling is another member of the party.
I just got to play siblings. I did it with Mike.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's his name on the server?
Oh, Buster?
Yeah. We did siblings in the Gatewalkers.
That's great. I love that. That's such a cool, like, character dynamic.
Siblings is fun. Play twins. Jackson,
yeah, twins
give me
especially.
Tipper and Mabel.
Yeah. Pides.
So you're saying if we all TPK, we'll just come back as a set of quadruplets or quintuplets, depending on if Corey's
my
back.
god, they can
Family
be the
campaign.
DuckTales! We can. Dibs on Webbigail.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie,
The
and then
green
Webby.
one.
Yeah.
Which one is green?
Louie.
We could also bring
Okay,
in
take that one.
We could also bring in Scrooge McDuck as the overpowered Mary Sue that saves us all. Donald Duck's just in the background as the random barbarian.
Still voiced by Don Cheadle, somehow.
I always forget that he was voiced by Don Cheadle for one episode.
Yeah, he was.
Remake.
2 episodes, actually.
2 episodes, right? One story, I guess.
I just want to hear one of you all do David Tennant's voice.
No.
I can't do a
Not
good
me.
impression.
Yeah, I can't do
Haggis.
I cannot do a Scottish accent to save my life. So
Scottish is my default dwarf accent when I read Lord of the Rings to the kids, but I don't do accents on the show, so no way I'm opening myself up to that scrutiny.
Yeah, I don't want to piss someone off.
Right?
That's why my doors are all Southern.
Right, yeah. Southern works too.
Because
Southern is very fun.
Because there's all different kinds of Southern.
That is true. I read Wizard of Oz to the kids and, started with the Southernish accent because Kansas, you gotta. And then it's like, oh, there's way more characters in the later books that should also have Southern accents, and I don't have that much repertoire, so I guess we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read any of the sequel books for that series. I've only read the first Wizard
They
of
are
Oz.
trippy.
Yeah?
So, is Oz the Great and Powerful is one of them?
That's one of them. We got up to Ozma of Oz, which is maybe book 5, I think, before the kids went to school and I didn't have as much time to read to them anymore. But yeah, they get talking chickens back and forth. It's been a few years, but they get trippy.
Have you ever read the Willy Wonka sequel, the glass elevator one?
I don't think I did. I might have read it like when I was in grade school, but I don't think so.
Isn't that Shel Silverstein? No.
No, I don't think so.
No. I don't think Shel Silverstein wrote chapter
Wonka.
books. It's a name, and I'm really good at names, so I can help with this.
I know Shel Silverstein was more of a poet than a novelist.
Anyway.
Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Who also did like Matilda, I think, too, right?
I think
Hey,
so,
Jackson,
yeah. What's up?
did you remember how you just said you were playing Expedition 33?
Yeah.
Somebody on TikTok named Gustav, and he has the fucking like France icon for him. Just started following me.
Nice.
That's incredible. Oh my
I was
goodness.
like, I need to bring that up just so I can tell it to Jackson. Sorry, did not mean to take away from the
No,
conversation.
you're totally fine.
Yeah, that's another one of those games that you'll just rip your heart out of your chest and just do whatever the fuck it wants.
But the setting is so beautiful.
It is.
Oh
So
god.
beautiful.
And the music is so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've watched like a lot of different videos about how that game got made, and it's such a good watch, but absolutely one that you should not watch until you've played the game. That game gets destroyed by spoilers.
So, is there any other questions you all had about transitioning from one campaign to another?
Ah, man.
I think we're all good. I guess one kind of question that I have is, since we were all such established roles within Jewel of the Indigo Isle, do you think that we may end up falling back into similar roles with this campaign? Or have we all made our characters so different from our previous roles where that may not necessarily be a concern? Like, I know Vesuviac kind of did have the whole tough guy role, and Kibosh is also kind of having the same tough guy role. So I'm trying to also ensure that I keep in mind for myself that I keep Kibosh different enough from Vesuviac to where I'm not just doing a reskin dragon and making him a rogue.
Personality roles, not combat roles.
Yeah, personality, combat roles a little bit, but that's less of a concern with mechanical classes.
Were you asking Jason?
I guess in general to everybody, like, do you, what sort of steps are you kind of taking in your mind to differentiate the character that you are playing in Sky King versus the character you played in Jewel of the Indigo Isle?
I know my characters have very different value systems, and that should help. It's possible that I'll still fall back into some kind of party mom role because, that wasn't supposed to happen the first time, so it could happen again. You never know.
We are Chaos Gremlins. It makes sense.
Right, yeah.
I think Sprocket might actually fall into the party role.
Yeah, that's true. Sprocket's there, so I probably won't accidentally slip there. That's a good point.
I've got you. It's okay. I can take role of party
Save me.
mom.
I want to
I've
do
got
it
you.
again.
I'm telling you, Brennick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brennick party mom.
Like
Party mom and
fuck boy loves.
boy?
Yeah, fuck boy
Okay.
party mom.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds like an album cover or album title or something for
Like
some
an SP.
like
NSP
Yeah.
album title.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Gotta send that to Dan Avidan right now.
Mr. Avidan, we have a proposition for you.
Boy party mom. Oh. If I had the creative juices flowing, I'd make an archetype for that.
I could make that. I'm thinking about that right now. I'm like,
All right.
I could do that.
Your axolotl.
Yeah, that's my axolotl
Fuckboy
right
party
there.
mom.
Fuckboy
Yep,
party
there you
mom.
go. With the prosthetic arm.
Hey, go.
Put it all into one character.
That's gonna be it now. Shit. Damn it. This is gonna be a new character. Fuck.
Fuck it, give her laser eyes.
Finally.
We'll give you to the end of August for character art, since we know this is a busy month for you.
Oh, yeah. After that, commissions are going to be fully open to the public, by the way. So, hey, I don't know if you've been liking my art from what we posted on the Discord, pay me to draw your characters. I love drawing characters so much.
To answer your question, Jackson. No, I'm not too concerned. If people want to fall into the same sort of dynamic that they were the first time, so be it. It's not going to be a big deal. I think I've given the players enough of where I kind of want the story to go, so they're all pretty prepared for that.
The big themes.
Yeah, the big philosophical questions and themes for the overarching campaign. That, I mean, if I trust my players, if you want to go in and fall into a certain dynamic, I trust that they'll still come back and fully answer the philosophical questions that are being posed.
It'll make sense, even in this character or this setting.
Yeah, and
with these
I trust you all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His last mistake.
You fool.
I'm telling you, it's Max.
Yeah.
See, he's not on the show, so that's why I can.
So we
Right.
get to bully him a little.
I get to bully him. Yeah. When you listen to this, buddy,
Welcome to the campaign.
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Love you, bud.
But no, I think that all the questions I had are answered. Lunar, did you have any questions?
Nope. Brain is empty. No thought.
I'm tapped out.
No thought, just art.
No thought. Art only. Characters need to be drawn. Too many
What was that?
characters.
What did you
Characters
say?
need to be drawn.
Oh.
Did I not say it right?
I heard eat
Trust-
drawn.
I said, yeah.
Eat drawn. Must
Eat your art.
eat art. Consume.
Oh, see, now I'm thinking about an art fight thing where someone makes Cookie Run OCs as actual cookies.
Someone's doing that actually this event.
Good.
So people are doing physical things too, by the way. Someone is actually making mixed cocktails and drinks of characters.
Nice.
Another person's doing cosplay of characters.
Nice.
And I have seen a few people being like, following me that are cosplay only accounts, in which case I'm gonna cry if it happens. Someone's turning characters into actual pieces of bread, like actual loaves that they're making.
Did you say
Another
somebody's
person-
writing music?
Yeah, someone's actually writing music for some characters and making album covers for them. Kind of inspired by like Jet Set Radio almost.
Nice.
And one other person that I saw
Bomb Rush
is making
Cyberfunk.
crocheted chicken versions of characters.
Said that one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love
There's people also making jewelry too, and they're like, yeah, we'll pay for shipping if you want to have this.
That's
Very
awesome.
Someone's also doing dice of characters.
Oh,
Someone's
nice.
making dice of them.
That's an
I need
important
to-
part of
I
character
need to find
creation,
the
finding the right
person in
set of dice.
Yeah, I was like, I need to find the person in particular who's doing those dice, because genuinely they're really good. And outside of the event, I want to pay them to be like, hey, can you make Sprocket themed dice? Because that would be awesome.
It'd be amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, I got nothing.
We're gonna twist
Alright.
Jackson's arm and make him outro West too.
Yeah.
We believe
Yeah.
in you.
Well, are we ready to outro?
Yeah. This is a mutiny. You don't need to do the whole standard spiel. Just
All right. Well, In that case, then, thank you everybody so much for coming by and listening. We'll see you next Mutiny. Make sure you tune in for the main show. And if you like what you hear and want to show some support, we got a Patreon. Feel free to check it out and see what Patreon tier works best for you. And with that, may your party never end.
May your party never end.
Bye.
Bye.